Greetings, cadets. This is Captain Lobo, recovering from last night's cartoon mission. We watched the Felix movie from 1988 on Twitch. Unless you were there last night, you wouldn't understand what happened. I'm still trying to process what happened. My capsule splashed down here at Obelisk Island. We've been filming our new episode, and man, it's been an adventure. We've just got we're right to the snouts and hooves of it, aren't we, Aaron? Yeah. Down to the last bits of Giant Monster Air Sea Battle Superturtle Meets Shovelface, which you can be an associate producer of if you so choose. There's still time. It's our Monster Kids of All Ages episode, and it has a bunch of kids in it. A lot of you have submitted your videos long distance to make this so we could have some kids in our bumpers and things. And some of the kid bits are integrated into the storyline. If you would like to submit a video, we still have our video submissions page. Again, if you'd like to be an associate producer, we still have that, the cinemainsomnia.com/giantmonster to be an associate producer of the episode. You get the Blu-ray and your name in the credits and the IMDb and all that. But we wanted to take a moment to thank the people who've been helping us so far. We had an amazing July, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Studio was struck by lightning, at least the internet box was. Electricity came through the cable, burned out the router. So right at the end of the auction, we had no internet. And the last day, and we were going to come on live, we were going to cut a piece of birthday cake. This is the birthday of the show, 22 years of Cinema Insomnia. On our birthday, Aaron bought a carrot cake. We were going to have it on the air and try to push that auction on Friday, the 28th, as best we could before midnight when we were going to close it. Best laid plans of mice and men. Internet was out. Everything was down, you know. No live streaming was to be done. Everything. Our servers are no internet, nothing. No way of couldn't get anything out. So the auction ended at midnight. The auction page disappeared at midnight, so that there were, as we said that it would. And even though the auction lost a lot of momentum at the end, we thought the fair thing to do would be that the people who did bid and bid before the deadline still win their items. You know, so everyone who won their item in the auction, you won those items fair and square. The only things we held back were the items that didn't make the reserve, and there were some items that were not bid on. So we have now a second chance auction that we've put up. If you didn't ever know about the first auction, or if you maybe wanted to bid on something else but you didn't win the item that you were trying to get, this might be another opportunity for you. So go to cinemainsomnia.com/auction and you can see all the weird and wacky things that we have, including my old chair, one of my chairs that we use on the program. Not this folding chair. And if someone does get the chair, I won't be using this folding chair. I have another rocking chair for the show, so don't worry about that. But I do want to take a moment to thank all the people who came through, especially our highest donor, which was Miss Monty, on the fan club kit. She really wanted that fan club kit. One thing I know about Miss Monty, if she wants something, she goes after it. Yeah. And so I guess Miss Monty and Edie and Ava are going to probably share that vintage fan club kit. It had all the items from the first generation fan club kit and the one we had that we put out in 2011. And we're working on a new fan club kit. In fact, I talked to Rhiannon this week, and she is actually doing some sleuthing for us as far as perhaps maybe even, you know, the decoder rings, which we were thinking, oh, maybe we're trying to get something we can't get. Maybe that's still on the table. Who knows? But we're looking into getting all the items made for the new fan club kit, Cinema Insomnia fan club kit. And if you want to, and we will announce it. We'll probably announce it first in the email blast. and on the Patreon. So follow us, and you'll be in the loop once we announce that. It's a good time to be a Insomniac. I know it's a little chaotic. Things have not always been easy. We've had some rough launches. We've had a couple of rockets blow up on the launch pad. But we are doing some amazing things here because of you and your support. We are on 31 broadcast stations. Count them. It's like Baskin-Robbins of public television, community television, government, and educational television stations. 31 flavors, 31 stations, and this is probably an underestimate, a broadcast footprint of 7 million homes that have access to Cinema Insomnia. So this is exciting for us. We're kind of back on the air, you know, and a lot of you out there have been finding it on the air, and that's exciting. It's unexpected considering these past few years we've been focusing mostly on streaming, on demand, and Blu-ray. You know, this place here that you have been supporting, the OSI 74 Studios, and many of you have been supporting on the GoFundMe. This studio is not just a place for us. This is a workshop. This is a working hospital, so to speak, where people come and learn, people come and work, creatives come and create, people get to try things, get to do things. One of the things I really like to do in this space is to provide support for independent filmmakers. And Madilynn Greenberg, she is a remarkable young person who has been making films since they were a teenager. Several feature films under their belt.
And had a music video that we featured in the Cyberpunk special.
We had Dylan's, if you remember, Dylan's music video was in our Cyberpunk special, perfectly fit into that special. When it was very dynamic. She made all that. She did all the graphics, everything for it, and her team, her cadre. Dylan has been working with Tate Hoffmaster. Tate Hoffmaster made a film last year called Psychic Vampire, which Mister Lobo was in. And was that last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago, right? Or last year? I think we made it 2 years ago and it came out last year. I think that's right. So it was interesting to see these young folks work. That film, Psychic Vampire, was made during lockdown in a house. They were all in there together and they just stayed there until that movie was done. And I was brought in. It was a completely safe set where everybody was. I was masked except when I was doing my lines. Everyone was masked. We were all had all of the bells and whistles of trying to keep safe distance from each other and all that stuff that we were doing there in the height of the pandemic. Somehow they made a movie in that climate. And it came out, which a lot of better studios weren't able to do that. So that movie came out. Psychic Vampire is well done. It's kind of like John Waters meets Troma. And Tate and Dylan came here on Sunday to work on their new production together, which is called Pizza Guy 8. I missed the other 7 Pizza Guys. But Pizza Guy 8, we filmed scenes of that here. Mister Lobo again has a role in this. And I don't know what else to say about it. I don't want to spoil it too much. Aaron has a role in the film. Those of you who have Instagram may have caught a glimpse or two of Aaron as his role. Aaron was very. I was scared of Aaron as his character. Aaron as a way of disappearing into a character. It's kind of scary. Aaron will disappear
Borders
into a
on
character.
multiple personality disorder.
Yeah. You got to be careful what character you give Aaron, and they gave him a dangerous character with a gun. to play here in the studio. But we did a lot of setups in here, and we filmed for about 8 hours, I think, on Sunday. And then, if that wasn't enough, on Monday we had a young model and actress from Missouri who was coming through here to do some work in New York. They wanted to tour the studio, and we wanted to help them out, perhaps get some more credits under their belt, you know, and it's certainly a benefit for us to have fresh talent coming through here. So Madilynn arrived on Monday. We probably put in about 3 hours with Madilynn.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of work. Yeah. We did bumps for several episodes with her. We did a Reel 7 girl bit with her. So this is a very talented, on-the-ball person, and not just about acting. Like, knows a lot about business.
More business sense than either of us.
Oh, absolutely. We were like taking note. Oh, really? That we should do that. That makes sense. So thank you, Madilynn Paige, for coming to our studio and bringing your a whole bag of ideas and talent and advice. And look forward to working with you more in the future. And you know, we were so exhausted Sunday that I think Aaron and I were secretly thinking, oh, maybe she'll cancel and we can just actually get some sleep. But I'm really glad she didn't, because it was again another situation where we took a little bit of a chance and worked with someone new, and I think she got a lot out of it and we got a lot out of it.
And you also shot a interview with her for the Twitch.
That's what I meant to say. Yes, we shot an interview with her. She's in a horror film called Triple Xmas, which is coming out in for the holidays. Yeah. And so I interviewed her. This is something that we'll show in the live stream on Twitch on Saturday, and this is something that they can use for their funding purposes, their Patreon. And you want to support this film. You want to be able to tell your grandkids that you were a backer on Triple Xmas.
I don't know if you want to sit the grandkids down.
You know, by the time they have grandkids, they'll be like, you know, that'll be tame. Oh, remember? Triple Xmas is so quaint. Remember that? Remember those days? But it seems wild. It seems like it's going to be a crazy Santa slasher. The sleaziest Santa slasher yet. That's the promise of Triple Xmas. Anyway, we were going to interview her. We'll show that interview for the live stream on Saturday, and you'll get to meet Madilynn Paige. 2 days ago, this was on Tuesday, we had Melissa Tapley, heir to the chair, Miss Blobfest Universe, and her lovely daughter Willow in the studio. And we filmed a segment for Giant Monster Air Sea Battle, Superturtle Meets Shovelface. And it was nice to have another young person in the episode. And she made an amazing dress that, I don't know, it would be kind of spoilers, right?
Just kaiju themed.
Kaiju themed, yeah, kaiju themed dress. And it was a fun, nice segment. You know, we had a really good time. And then they stayed and helped us shoot 2 more segments for the episode. So we got 3 more segments for the episode done yesterday with the Tapleys. So that was wonderful. And hopefully we'll have them back in the studio soon. Sorry we haven't been doing behind the scenes lately on the Twitch. It's just like Aaron and I have been just barely just crawling on our stomachs here into the studio. And we want to have our full focus on getting the work done. But we will have some more behind the scenes for you soon. Brief shout out to some of our friends. Shankweiler's is doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're showing that now, right? The Mutant Mayhem movie. But next week, they're bringing in Pee Wee. Pee Wee's Big Adventure. They're showing that was just one day only. You know?
I'm not sure. I think it might be that whole week.
Okay. But starting on, the 11th or something? Yeah. They're going to have a Pee Wee's Big Adventure. For those of you who do not know, Paul Reubens, the actor-creator of Pee Wee, has passed on, going over the
I'm not going to say it.
What? What were you going to say?
No.
Oh, yeah, please don't. Don't let the harbinger in here. See him out. Yes, Paul Reubens, especially Pee Wee Herman, has been a creative influence on me since the 80s. I've always appreciated the sort of blend of art and satire into something that seems more mainstreamed. You know, I feel like he was an artist and satirist disguised as a kid show host. And I feel like that my character is an artist and satirist disguised as a movie host.
Okay, and so Mutant Mayhem and Pee Wee's Big Adventure is the 11th through the 16th.
Okay, 11th through the 16th. Brilliant. Brilliant comedian, brilliant artist, Paul Reubens. There'll never be another one quite like him. He was definitely top of mind when we were making our kids episode, and still as we're making the kids episode here on Obelisk Island with all our ridiculous characters and puppets and all the things that are going into this episode. It definitely is. I certainly wouldn't want to be directly compared with Pee Wee's Playhouse, but it was definitely top of mind when we were making the Monster Kids of All Ages episode, and I'm seriously considering dedicating the episode to Paul Reubens. But yeah, that might be a nice thing. Maybe we can have a Insomniacs meeting there at Shankweiler's and see Pee Wee. Trying to think if there's anything else, Aaron. Is there anything else? We talked about the stations. We talked about the Blu-ray backer for Giant Monster. We still have the Blu-ray backer for Johnny X, Ghastly Love of Johnny X. The director wants it to be the most backed episode ever, and that's another big one that we've shot most of the episode. Just the snouts and hooves, and then we can start editing it.
Yeah. I've edited a good chunk of it.
Okay. But I mean, we can start, I guess, polishing it, fully committing it to the post-production versus it being kind of being somewhere in the middle.
Well, and there's just gaps left out because of missing those snaps and photos.
Yeah.
Certain scenes don't fit together.
They won't work until we have those little B-roll.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess Saturday, is it, right? So this Saturday night is our live stream on Twitch. Do us a favor, bring one one extra person with you to the Twitch if you can. Spread the word, share the announcement. It would be great to get more Insomniacs in there. This weekend on Twitch, cinemainsomnia.com/Twitch, which is our short link, live in the studio. Mr. Lobo will be talking to you directly, and we'll be showing one of our classic episodes. Classic! The Horror of Party Beach. Horror Party Beach. I feel like it's a great summer episode. I don't think we've shown that in the Twitch in a while. It's always requested, and so that will be our feature on Saturday, and we hope you join us. And thanks for watching the weekly announcement. Cowabunga, dudes.